Alright, so now it is time to showcase the UR All For One, the Evil Ruler. So, he's actually one of my most used UR characters, I believe. Once I pulled him, I mean, I've used him in many different stages. So, I think he's a very valuable card. And we'll go through his kit, and I'll show you guys why he's useful to me. And we've got some gameplay, of course, for him to show you guys the damage output and everything like that. Because he can output some decent damage, I will say. So, plus Ultra Attack, 650% damage to a single target. Reduces cooldown on all action skills of himself by 5. Pretty much, since all the action skills have a cooldown of 5 and 6, he pretty much gets instant action skills back. So that is really good, because his action skills are really useful. So the first action skill is 350% single target damage, and it also reduces cooldown of one ally skill by 1. You can actually abuse this. Say if you have the first turn and you use one of your allies' action skills and then this action skill as a skill chain, it will be forced to do the cooldown on that previous action skill, because the other action skills of the other characters haven't been used yet. So you can actually abuse that if you have a really good action skill that you want to reduce the cooldown for, or you just play RNG. I don't think you can choose what action skill to reduce cooldown for, but still very useful. And then for his second action skill, 200% damage AoE, and then he's able to lower the enemy's action skills damage by 25% for 3 turns. Because it's AoE, it means it applies to everybody. So if you're versing 3 enemies and they're all doing action skills, you're lowering everybody's action skill damage by 25%, which is awesome. You're just taking a lot less damage. His first auto skill here, when HP is 50% or above, 30% damage increase, power increase, which is awesome. So he's going to do some really good damage at the start of the battle. And then he provides all villains a critical rate increase of 15%. So not only are you doing good damage, but you have a high chance, or a higher chance, of doing critical hits, which is great. And then his second auto skill is for the moment when you drop underneath that HP restriction of 50%. So when your HP is 50% or less now, your skills deal an additional 55% damage. So no matter what HP he's at, as long as you have the second action skill unlocked, he's going to do a lot of damage regardless, okay? For the skill board here, because his second auto skill was super useful, I got him to the 4th node here, which increases his auto skill damage increase by 55%. If you do get it to here, you get it to 60%, which I think is really worth it. Same as the Shigaraki. Like, I don't know why, but there are second auto skills are insanely good. And so it's really worth it if you get it to the very end, if you can afford it, of course. But because I'm showcasing all these different units all the time, I cannot obviously afford to get everybody 100%ed. And you know the deal, if you've seen my other showcases, they're only at the 6th table done. That's usually where I showcase them. So, with that said, let's get into the gameplay of the All For One. Okay, so just like the Shigaraki showcase, we are going to be bringing him on the USJ boss fight versus All Might level 3. We are bringing Shigaraki as well, double Shigaraki. As you guys might recall, he is a villain support for power plus 25%. The friend one's at a 30% because he's max level 100, which is great. So we're already getting a 55% power boost just for bringing these two along. Present Mike is there because his skill provides a power boost, which we are using first turn. Using his first skill here, which is going to reduce the cooldown of an ally. 25,000 damage as well. And as you can see from Present Mike's first skill, the second one where it's cooldown, it's actually an extra step done. It's hard to tell, but it is. Used his all skill now for All For One, so lowered their skill. I don't even know if All Might's actually going to do a skill attack in these next few turns. We do have our Plus Ultra ready, so we will use it now. Remember, this Plus Ultra will reduce all of our action skills cooldown, so the next turn you will see all the action skills back. Perfect. And luckily, in this case scenario, we have Shigaraki to have an action skill. One of the issues is with that Plus Ultra is if you reduce all your cooldowns, right? Sometimes if you use all your other allies' skills, you might not have a skill chain ready to go, which can be an issue. But luckily in this case, we did. So we were able to keep on skill chaining, which then gives us more plus ultra gauge. And, you know, get that plus ultra once again. I think the only thing that the team is missing, and I would hope that Toga would do something, because she's the next UR villain, right? In Ultra Impact. Because you'll have Shigaraki, All For One, and if Toga could be a battery of some sort, providing, you know, allies with high field, which increases plus ultra gauge increase, or, you know, increase plus ultra gauge percentage-wise, that would be really good for All For One. Because then he can keep refreshing with his plus ultra, and then keep on doing his, you know, skills. Alright, so, lower defense, plus ultra with All For One here. 55% skill damage increase. Gets him 81,000 damage. Not even a crit. I don't know why these showcases won't get me the crit there, but that should have been max damage easily right there. Easily. But yeah, that is All For One on the USJ as a DPS. But he can also be a great debuffer in VE Tower, so we'll get into that really quickly. Alright, so for VE Tower, we are versing Endeavor again. No real reason, just because we can debuff him, and he's like the hardest pro hero that you can do on VE Tower. Now, he does die really quickly, but I want to show you guys why he's very awesome to bring on the stage, or in pretty much all stages. So, we're lowering the skill damage, meaning that Momo there took barely any damage from Endeavor, which is awesome. Momo does have a taunt ability, which is why she will get hit for a bit. But because we've lowered the attack, lowered the skill with Shigaraki and All For One, he's doing only 2,000 damage, which is fairly nothing. And then, you know, we do our plus ultra. By the way, the memory that I have for him is the Darby one. And so he gets a plus ultra increase. This is what I meant by, like, you have your skills back, but you have no skill, like, chains to go off by. So we had to wait one turn to use our skills, really. But now that Shigaraki's got his back, we can lower the skill. Unfortunately, Momo dies. It wasn't enough debuffing. And I guess because we debuffed enough, we are still living on a minuscule amount of HP with All For One, which meant we are able to do one last skill with him, which is awesome. But I think he does die here. Oh no, not yet. Oh, there it is. There it is. At least he did his work, as you can see from the skills, or like all those debuffs underneath Endeavor's HP. It really did help out in surviving. Just that extra little bit of turns. But I'm going to end off the showcase there for All For One. Stay tuned though, because soon we will showcase the League of Villains team. And I'm super excited for that, because I think they're going to be one of the best teams to run in the game. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have Ultra Impact videos every single day, so make sure you have the notification bell on so you don't miss out on the daily videos. But with that said, check out all my social medias, link in the description. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace out.